I have to ask you, take a little bit of a turn because, I read a wonderful quote from you that you said that, your life is all about you trying to do a film, a TV show, and a play every year. And of course, I was so bummed that I didn't get a chance to come over to the West End and see you in Death of a Salesman, which was a legendary turn that you did, where you starred as Willy Loman, and you were the first Black man to ever star as Willy Loman on the West End. What was that experience like? And how did that experience kind of change you as an artist? Because I know that you had said that for many years you've been intimidated by the great work, like you wanted to do Macbeth, but you felt a little unsure about it, not about your craft, but maybe about the legacy behind that kind of work. So how did it feel to go on the West End and be, critically acclaimed, showered with awards and accolades and things like that? The great Arthur Miller, what was it like?
It was, there's a great quote that Arthur Miller has that says that an actor hopes that on a dusty afternoon that he can give voice to the voiceless and sing those unsung heart songs that a normal man hasn't been able to, and give voice to them. And with that, hopefully join the ages. And that's what it felt like. That Ira Aldridge in the 19th century had a chance to go to London and find his voice, that Paul Robeson in the 20th century was able to go to London and find his voice. And it was Wendell Pierce in the 21st century who was able to go to London and find a voice in one of the most challenging roles ever in the canon of theater, and specifically American theater, an American classic. And you realize that it is a high watermark in my career. And it was what all the journeys that led, all the roads that led to that one point was for that moment, to prepare me for that moment. And it made me realize that while you may have trepidation and still have fears, I now have courage. And courage is not acting in the absence of fear, but acting in the face of it, in spite of it all, still stepping out there. And so that was the gift that it gave back to me. And I realized also what a true classic is. It speaks to your humanity across time and space, no matter how disparately different you are. It is something that speaks to a common humanity in all of us, because that play does that, And I felt as though I met Arthur Miller.
Wow.
There were times where I was sharing it. I felt as though I met him. I felt as though I met others who had played the role.